Welcome, everyone, to episode 368 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. I'm your host, Dan.
Well,
So today's topic is going to be we're going to be covering the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Nintendo Direct from yesterday. It gave a lot of details on the game. I figured it was a good time to cover it. There's a lot of stuff to go over there. We have our resident Smash expert with us, Will. So yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about for the main segment. Will, do you have anything you want to tease?
not really. I've just been playing more Octopath.
Okay. As have I. As have I. A lot of Octopath. I have the Captain Toad Treasure Tracker to talk about later too. So, yeah, I'll be talking about that during what I played. During Nibblebits, we're going to talk a little bit about some Fallout 76 stuff. We are also going to be talking about some controversy over at IGN. So,
Oh yeah,
that'll be the main topic for today's
idiot.
episode. Yeah. So we will do that. So yeah, let's get into the Smash Direct. So I took about half of the notes I needed to for this, but I've got a window up with the rest. So
I kind of have the stuff in order
Yep.
of when it got announced. So
okay.
if we need that too.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
So let's start at the top. A couple new characters were announced, a couple new characters, a couple Echo characters.
well, for starters, I want to talk about the character announcement videos that they've been doing.
Yeah.
People should watch those videos because they're really. I don't know what's gotten into Nintendo, but they're a lot darker.
Yeah.
Because when the game first got announced, they showed off Ridley, and Ridley straight up murdered Mario and Mega Man, and in this one, Luigi got.
People people thought it was the end of Luigi.
Yeah, actually, I think it was Nintendo versus UK had to tweet out Luigi is okay.
Yeah, he's not actually dead. That was just a video.
Yep, he's still there. And it was just really funny to see Luigi cowering in fear, and then at the end you just see his spirit above his body.
Mm-hmm.
But that was to announce two new characters: Simon Belmont
Mm-hmm.
for Super Smash Brothers, and then his Echo Fighter Richter Belmont.
Yeah.
Um,
So
I'm
Simon Belmont is he's gonna be a mid to long range fighter. He uses the whip for his weapon. Apparently, his attacks are slow and powerful. Will once again, we're going to need your technical expertise here, because I only kind of vaguely know what this means. I'm a very casual Smash player, as much as I like it. I never got much into the technical aspects, so you can clarify those for us. But he also he uses also trademarks from games like Cross, Holy Water, and Axe attacks. So go ahead and fill us
yeah,
in on all that stuff, Will.
I mean, to be honest, I'm not. I shouldn't say that I'm not thrilled with these two characters. It just comes from a franchise I don't really care too much about.
That's how I am too. I only briefly played one of the Castlevania games. It's not anything I played a lot of. I maybe they're gonna like reboot the Castlevania franchise, and that's why they have these characters in the game.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's cool that we're getting more third-party characters this game. From what I saw, his moveset, he uses his whip quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's the basis to all of his moves. I guess he can casually just kind of swing it around and it deflects projectiles, it seems to, or stops them in their tracks. I know he's got pretty long range on his whip, so you can kind of, I guess in the direct they said that his character attack range is further than any other character, so it might catch a lot of people off guard who aren't used to that, because he was hitting some pretty long attacks. So, and the Echo Fighters, which is a really really cool feature that they announced for this one, but it's basically clones but different skins. What's his face? Richter Belmont is going to be
Belmont,
his,
yeah.
which I guess he was the first protagonist. So who's really the Echo Fighter?
I was reading up on it, and the writer said kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Who's copying who here?
Yep. So yeah, they got announced right off the bat on top of the really cool stage. Dracula Castle
Mm-hmm.
has a whopping 34 music tracks in the one stage. It's also one of the darkest stages in the game. It looks really cool. Alucard, who is one of the antagonists to the series, is going to be there. Like I said, I don't know what any of that really means, but yeah, so this is a really cool looking stage that they added. To a whopping 103 total stages. Could you believe that?
Yeah, 103 stages. So, yeah, they added Dracula's Castle stage, which we'll talk about. A New Donk City from Super Mario Odyssey. They also added. They visually retouched some of the fan favorites, but original stages from Smash and Nintendo 64 are going to look the same. So that's
Yep.
kind of cool. So yeah, all in all, more than 100 stages. But with the Battlefield and Omega forms, there's going to be over 300. I don't know what that means, Will. You have to explain Battlefield and Omega versions of these stages.
Do you remember the stage Battlefield?
No,
It's the flat with the platforms. I couldn't think of what they're called.
not really.
Yeah, the platform. It's the flat stage, platform up top.
Like
It's just that.
the standard looking Smash
Yeah,
stage.
and then Omega is just a flat stage.
Okay. Okay, so it's all the stages and then just like the standard but with the look of whatever stage it is and then just a flat version of. Okay. Makes
Yep.
sense.
Yep. So that's just what that is. Which for people who want like competitive play, they do that. One thing that whenever I was playing competitively against friends, I always hated that this stupid freaking hazards on the stage would happen.
Yeah.
But they actually have a thing where you can toggle off hazards, which is really cool.
Yep.
Because I remember the one stage, I can't remember what it's called, but it's from Sonic. It's a really cool stage, but this big stupid yellow thing kept popping up and ruining the fight, and I always hated that.
Yeah,
So
it looked like a big Pac-Man with legs. Kind of.
yeah, exactly. I used to get so mad when that would happen. But now you can toggle that off, so you can kind of have the cool parts of the stages where it's more varied and not have to worry about hazards, which is super cool.
Right.
Yeah, I don't honestly know what stages got cut from the game, if any, because what I'm seeing is every single stage that's ever been in the game so far has been in, for the most part.
There's a lot. Over 100, that's a lot.
Which is crazy, and on top of that, there's 28 hours worth of music, apparently, in the game. And you can actually use the Smash game as its own dedicated music player.
Yeah, so I thought that was awesome. So what you can do is you can set up the music player in the Smash game, turn off the screen, and it'll still play music. So you can have your headphones attached to it and have it in your backpack or in your purse or pocket or wherever you keep it and listen to it like a music player, like you would your phone or something. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I spent quite a bit of time actually today listening because they have on their website they have you can listen to a sample of the music, and I had that on play all like for a good portion of the morning, and it's a really good soundtrack.
Yeah.
That's one I would buy. Like if they do offer the soundtrack separate, I will probably buy it. So
900 tracks, Dan. So
yeah,
that's a lot.
yeah, it is a lot. Yeah, I would buy it though.
That would be worth it, definitely. But also, what we kind of blew past this because it kind of was we're going with the theme of what what we were talking about. But Chrom and Dark Samus are also announced as Echo Fighters.
Mm-hmm.
Chrom, I guess, is going to be like Roy, and Dark Samus is obviously going to be like Samus. I love the idea that they've added Echo Fighters. I think it's genius because everybody complains about clones in the game and blah, 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 blah. I just think it's so cool that now you can have characters like Dark Samus or Chrom and not... Because people always complain that there's too many characters from Fire Emblem and they're all generic, blah, 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 blah. So I think, adding Chrom, he can just be an Echo Fighter to another character. I think that's super cool. Lucina being an Echo Fighter to Marth, that's a good idea. So I think it's just cool that we can get more characters in the game, but not have too much... they get to use that same moveset, so you can add more characters, but they're not going to be completely different.
You don't have to like rebalance everything every time you add a new character. I would honestly be fine if they decided to add more characters that were just Echo characters.
Yeah.
That would be perfect because there's a few more Fire Emblem characters I would like to see in the game. It'd be fine if they added those as Echo characters. And one of the neat things is when you're doing your character selection in the game, they made it so you can have them listed as separate fighters, or they have them in the same icon with the fighter that they're the Echo for, like in the little upper right hand corner. And you can toggle that on and off as you see fit. So I think that's a really, really cool idea. But yeah, I would love to see them add more fighters into the game. You and Corey talked about Goku being in the game. Like if they put him in as like Ryo or who are the Street Fighter characters that are in there? Is it Ryo?
Yeah, it'd be Ryu.
Okay, if they put Goku in as a Ryu Echo Fighter, that would be awesome. I would be fine with that. So
I I think we're at almost 70 characters announced. I know there's more coming.
I was just going to ask you that if you think there's going to be more characters and who you think those characters might be.
I don't think we're going to get too many more unique characters. It kind of seems like the trend is we're getting some third-party characters added, which is interesting. I know the character we're going to talk about later isn't a third party, but it just seems like we're getting more and more third-party support in this game. Well, yeah, which is a cool move. So yeah, I mean, I'm really interested to see what other Echo characters they add. I kind of have a feeling that Shadow might be added for Sonic. I had a list of one. Dixie Kong, maybe for Diddy Kong.
Yeah.
There was a couple other ones, but yeah, I kind of feel like I'm all right with them adding a ton of Echo fighters in the game, because there's some characters like I don't really like Samus all that much, but Dark Samus looks way cooler, so I will be more likely to play as Dark Samus. So yeah, I like that move. They also added a Capcom versus series inspired Final Smash meters. So instead of there being a Smash Ball, the more you beat up on somebody, your Smash meter gets filled up, and then you can unleash a weaker version of your Final Smash, which is a little cool change to the series too, because there's a ton of different modes that they added. You can actually change the rules, so when you boot up Smash to play with your friends, you don't have to do time right off the bat. You can have stock boot up. That rule set, which is cool, because we almost every single time me and my friends would play, you'd boot the game up, choose our characters, get into the match, fight, and then realize we have it on time.
Oh yeah.
And none of us really like to time all that much.
Yeah.
Another change is that the stage selection screens first, and then you choose your characters, which is weird to me. I think in the tournament scene that's how it works, but
from someone that doesn't play all that much, that makes more sense to me, only because does the picking the character to fit the stage, I feel like makes more sense,
competitively, yeah. But I think if you're just hanging out, screwing around, I don't think it's not a change that really ultimately matters all that much to me. I think I'll just get used to it. It's not that big of a deal to me. It's just weird having played all the other games and then you choose your character and then you go to the stage. It's just a weird little change up.
Yeah.
They added a thing called Squad Striker, where each player uses a team of fighters, 3v3 or 5v5, and there's where you use that character. If it gets KO'd, you go to the next character and you cycle through them. There's a tournament mode. All sorts of stuff. Classic is back. There's a cool training mode where you fight on a grid style map, and if you launch your opponent, it shows the trajectory of what you did to them, and it shows the trajectory if they were at 0% damage and then 100% damage. So you can kind of really learn the distances between moves and stuff like that. It looks like a really cool training mode.
Yeah,
it looks pretty fleshed out.
As kind of a nerd, that really interested me for math's sake. I think that's going to help even professionals like gauge distances and stuff. I think people are going to use that to their advantage. I think that's an awesome thing that they added.
Definitely, it's a really cool looking mode. I think it'll be pretty valuable to learn how to use new characters that way.
Yeah.
So there's that. Monster Hunter Rathalos joined Super Smash Brothers. And they showed off a bunch of assistant trophies. There was one assistant trophy that was really cool, where it was stupid, but the way that Mario reacted was funny. It was that bus character. I don't know what it is, and it traps Mario on the bus, and he looks horrified, and it drives off the stage.
Now, I wasn't quite sure what those things are.
Assistant trophies?
Yeah.
Basically, in the game, if you're playing with items, there's these It's like it's basically a trophy that once you if you get it on the field and activate it, and a character who's not
Okay.
in the game comes to help you.
I
So
remember
like
that now. Okay.
Zero Knuckles, Crystal, Claptrap, Gray Fox, Shovel Knight, which is huge for indie characters, is in this game as an assistant trophy. They help you fight. Then there's the Pokeballs, where they announced Lunala and can't remember the other one. Mimikyu. I forgot the other legendary, but yeah, they're in there. They help you fight too. Um, Rathalos also said that he's a boss character, and nobody really knows what that means too. On top of being an assistant trophy, when they showed the menu screen, they had a section blurred out,
Yeah.
so people aren't really sure what that is. I kind of think it's a. I don't know if you played. Did you play Brawl?
I played all of them, but not very much.
There was a thing called Subspace Emissary, which is the story mode to the game.
Uh-huh.
I think it's going to be something like that.
Okay. Yeah, the first one is probably the one I played the most.
64?
Yeah, Nintendo 64.
So there's that. And last but not least, in another really funny character announcement video, it's Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong watching TV. And they hear a loud noise outside, so they put their faces to the window and they see a character that's King K. Rool.
Mm-hmm.
And King K. Rool then rips it off, and it's King DDD, and King DDD starts laughing at them hysterically, which is really funny. And watching Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong's faces is funny. Then I know where King K. Rool comes and kills King DDD. So King DD and not King DDD, but King K. Rool in the game. A highly requested character. Weird, he hasn't been relevant for like 19 years, but here he is. He's in the game.
Yeah, because he was only in the Super Nintendo Donkey Kong Country games, not in anyone's after that, apparently.
Yep, but people really, really, really wanted him, and here he is. He's in the game. I think that's awesome. He looks like a character that I won't use very much, but he still is a cool character to add.
Yeah.
But that's
absolutely
that's the direct. I was saying to you guys that we're getting to the point where $60 is
it's a steal for this game.
Exactly.
There's a lot of stuff there. I've got a couple more things to talk about, Will. The first is stage morph.
Yep. Oh yeah.
So stage morph is when one stage morphs into a second one partway through the battle. I don't know how it works, how it all works, but they showed like it in action during some of the things. I don't know if you pick the two stages ahead of time or if you pick one and then it randomly turns into another. But that looked really neat. You know, it's a neat way to partway through the battle change stages.
Yeah, when you're actually selecting the rules and stuff like that, you can have stage morph on, and then while it's on, you select two stages.
Right.
And then at some point, I don't know what triggers it, but it'll transition to the other stage.
Okay. New items. So there's going to be the banana gun. There's going to be killing edge, bomber, death scythe, staff, ramblin' evil mushroom, and rage blaster. So it explains in the video what all those specifically do. Again, Will's our technical more technical Smash player, so that stuff will make more sense to him.
Yep.
Pokemon. So there's going to be a few new Pokemon in the Pokeballs that are thrown on stage, including the new Aloha Executor.
Which is the dumbest looking thing.
It is pretty dumb looking. The Ice Vulpix is going to be on there, amongst others. So that's cool. Classic mode. Did we talk about classic mode?
I briefly mentioned it.
So yeah, that's going to be a single player mode, which players battle against a series of fighters. Apparently, each fighter has their own set of stages and characters that they fight against as part of the story mode. You talked about squad strike. Oh, tournament mode. So it's going to be up to 32 players can compete in tournament mode. I'm not sure if that's just local or if that's going to be online too. That would be awesome if it was online, because then we could have a Thumbstick Athletes tournament for that, which would be great.
Oh, heck yeah.
It says Nintendo Switch, these tournaments go take place in unexpected places. So, yeah, I think that's just about everything.
Yeah, even when they are announcing characters that I don't even care about that much, like the Castlevania characters, I'm still really hyped on this game. I can't imagine anybody being unhappy with how this game's turning out.
Yeah, I can't imagine it either, but that person's out there.
I almost feel bad for the next Smash Brothers game because it's not going to be like this. They're not going to have every single character back. They're setting kind of a bad precedent, but it's going to be really, really awesome for this cycle of Smash Brothers, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like for the next one, they're going to, like, bring it back. They'll really focus, like, have laser-like focus on maybe rebooting the original. They're gonna have to do something. They're gonna have to do something like that and have a laser-like focus on that and a handful of stages. Because you're right, it would be really hard, I think, to build on what they've done here because it's Smash Brothers Ultimate. It's everything.
It's legitimately the most ultimate version of a game that I've seen.
Yeah,
in a really long time.
It's crazy amount of stuff. So I'm also really excited for it. My kids are excited for it. We're gonna be definitely having some 4-player Smash, and then once my twins get older, it'll be 6-player Smash. So
I know Corey and I both took, because it comes out December 7th, so Corey and I both took that weekend off, and I'm going up to Clinton.
Nice.
When the Wii U version came out, I went to New York City. That's where Corey lived at the time, and we played it all weekend. So we're continuing that with this one.
Nice, that's fantastic.
Yep, eat a lot of pizza. Drink some Mountain Dew.
Yeah. So what do you think is missing from here? What do you want added? Characters you want added? What else do you want to hear about this game before it comes out in December? Because I feel like there's a few things they still have to talk about. One of them being the blurred out mode that they didn't mention.
So like, what's personally on my wish list?
Yeah.
Goku being added.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that happens though, but I think it would be cool as somebody who's a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. I think it would be awesome, and with Dragon Ball Fighters being as massive as it is, I think it'd be kind of cool. Other characters, man, maybe Gino being added.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. These are all third-party characters, so there's more hurdles for them to be added than Nintendo just using. Because I don't know like any other Nintendo character that I'm like, oh man, they need to be. To be added.
I do think it's going to be primarily third party characters, but I almost feel like studios would be crazy not to like be throwing themselves at Nintendo, being like, "Look, can you get our characters in Smash?"
Yeah.
I think that's probably more likely the case than Nintendo saying, "Hey, can we put your character in Smash?"
Mm-hmm. I would love Hollow Knight being added too.
Oh yeah,
as a character,
that'd be great.
I think he'd fit in really well with the. Maybe not. I don't know, because it is a weird art style of the game. I just think personally, I'm a huge fan of Hollow Knight. I think it'd be a cool character to add in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really tough for me to pick characters that I want added. I know there's some out there, but off the top of my head, Goku, Gino, Hollow Knight, I think would be cool to add. Stage wise, I don't think we need any more.
Yeah, there's plenty.
Yeah.
Plenty.
Actually, I'm gonna see. I'm kind of curious in the list of stages that didn't get or aren't in the game yet. Just out of curiosity, I wonder if Pokefloats is in there.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
But man, yeah, Dan, anything that you want?
No, I mean, I'm really more interested to hear how it's gonna work with the single like half Joy-Con. If you could play with 4 players in like tabletop mode, and how all that sort of stuff is going to work, the multiplayer. If you can, in tabletop mode, pair a bunch of controllers and have, 2, 4, 6, 8 players playing on a single Joy-Con in tablet mode,
Mm-hmm.
Or not tabletop mode. So that's kind of the stuff I'm interested in. Also, Nintendo is doing official GameCube controllers, right? I know they're releasing a full version with the adapter for GameCube controllers and a single GameCube controller, but they're re-releasing GameCube controllers, right? I feel like I heard that. Okay, so Yeah, I mean, I would love to have those. I don't know if I'll get them or not, but it did make me immediately a better Smash player when I played on the GameCube controller as opposed to the Wii U Pro controller, which I had been playing on before.
It's the way.
Yeah, like we've talked about it a few times now, but that game is really designed around the GameCube controller. I know that wasn't the first system it was on, but it really like just makes so much sense on the GameCube controller. It's unbelievable.
I wonder if they thought that the GameCube controller would last as long as it did.
No way. No way they could have ever predicted that.
Yeah, like this. Was the GameCube? I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention at the time. Was it well received at the time?
I think it was more well received than the Wii U, but not as much as like the Nintendo 64.
Is it one of those ones that it gained appreciation
afterwards? Yeah, oh yeah.
Afterwards,
yeah, because it had like some really great games, and Wind Waker when it came out was not loved. People didn't like the cartoony art style, but since it's aged very well, it still plays very well.
Some people consider it the best.
Fondly remember Wind Waker, so there's that. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, no, I think this game is gonna be something pretty special.
Yeah.
There's just I don't even know what to say. Just like I think this game is. I was considering Game of the Years this year, and I was like, man, it's gonna be tough to pick.
Yeah. Yeah, it absolutely is. I agree.
There's a lot of stuff this year.
Yeah. We'll see when we get there, won't we?
Definitely.
Well, we know what it probably won't be for us. That's going to probably be the game of the year for everywhere else.
Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption. So I probably won't get a chance to play it. So
I watched that gameplay, Dan.
Uh-huh.
We can segue into nibblebits with that, but I watched the gameplay video.
I'll call it up right now.
I'll be honest, I wasn't floored.
No?
No, I was like, well,
it
looks like more Red Dead to me.
Yeah, see, I thought it looked awesome, but how's it going to control? Because that's been my issue with the Red Dead games in the past, So, I'm calling up the video right now.
Yeah, the past Red Dead games didn't play very well. I just looked at what I was seeing, and I was just like, oh, you have a relationship with your horse, and the more you use it, the more it likes you. Like that. Okay.
Yeah. See, I liked all that stuff. I'm a fan of open world games, but Rockstar games have never tickled my fancy. They've always felt shallowish to me. I haven't played Grand Theft Auto 5, so I can't comment on that one. But I hated Grand Theft Auto 4 and Red Dead Redemption. I liked it. The first Red Dead Redemption I liked at first, but it quickly grew stale, really fast. So I don't know. But anyway, that's that. Let's get into nibblebits. I'm playing the gameplay video in the chat right now. So what do you have for nibblebits, Will? What do you want to talk about?
Blizzard says they have multiple Diablo projects in the work.
Mm-hmm.
The headline says the Switch is probably one of them. Diablo 3 being ported to the Switch. I'm actually surprised that hasn't been announced yet.
BlizzCon is coming up, isn't it? Or was it already? That's probably
November.
When they'll announce it. It'll come out in a month, right before Christmas. That's my guess.
That's probably a good call, yeah. I also wonder what the other projects are. Is it Diablo 4, maybe?
Don't know.
When did Diablo 3 even come out?
Was it 2012? It was shortly after we started this podcast, so I think it was spring of 2012.
You're spot on, May 15th, 2012.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, it's about time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What was that? 6 years ago? Over 6 years ago? Yeah, they might be working on Diablo 4 at this point. So
how long? I wonder how long it was between. Oh, it was 10 years between Diablo.
Yeah, it was right? It was a long time, a real long time.
Okay, so we might have a couple more. Well, Blizzard usually takes their time, so maybe it'll get announced this year, and then it'll be like 2 more years
Two
after
more,
that
two
before
more
we actually
years.
see it.
2 more years till it comes out. Yeah, that could very well be.
Especially with their focus on like Overwatch and World of Warcraft expansion coming out and all of that.
Yeah.
So I'll be interested to see what those are. Dragon Ball Fighters releases a balance patch. Goku Vegeta base forms are out, and also Cooler, who's a movie villain, got announced for the game that pretty much 100% guarantees that the leak that happened when the game came out for all the DLC characters is true. So my favorite character, Android 17, is actually going to be the next character to get announced and be put in. So
Nice.
that's probably when I'm going to pick it back up and start playing because it's been about a month since I've last played it, and I really like playing the game. So I'm pretty excited to pick it back up and just get throttled online.
Yeah. Those games, once you get out of it, it's hard to get back into it.
Definitely. It just I have no problem picking it up and playing it with friends. It's just like everybody's so good now. It's going to be a steep learning curve. But the good thing about Dragon Ball Fighters is the game's pretty beginner friendly
Right.
out of all the fighters. So hopefully I get matched up with some people that are bad.
Yeah.
New Game Plus for God of War is out. I thought this was already in, but apparently not.
Okay.
And
Nice.
last but not least, the steep Switch port doesn't seem to be happening right now.
Yep, they shelved that one. I'm pretty sure people weren't pining for that, right?
And I think they knew that.
Yeah. They knew there was other things they could be working on that would be better received on the Switch, like one of my nibblebits, which I'll talk about shortly. All done,
Yeah,
Will?
that's all my nibblebits.
All right. First, I've got some Fallout 76 news. The first is that the beta for Fallout 76 will be the full version of the game. It will launch in October, and progress will carry over into the full game. There's not going to be any NDA, which is nice, so players can stream, share, and record videos and talk about the game, which is also important. The beta will first come to Xbox One, with PC and PS4 versions to follow later. They will also prioritize people who have pre-ordered the game from a participating retailer. So there's that. However, now that's exciting. However, shortly later, they also said that the PC version of Fallout 76 will not be launching on Steam and will only be available through Bethesda's own PC client. It does seem like it will eventually be available on Steam. They did say it will not launch on Steam, so that means it could come later. But I don't know. That's just speculation at this point. They did say it won't be launching on Steam, so it may never come to Steam. But I hate this, and it actually is making me... I definitely cooled me off on Fallout 76. I have enough game clients with different games on them. I was frustrated enough to have to download the Epic Games separate client to play Fortnite on, and that was a free game, not a game I had to pay for. So, I don't know.
So, a comment on Reddit that I read that I want to briefly touch on, because this speaks to exactly how I feel about the situation. I would read the guy's username, but it's completely inappropriate.
Right.
I don't understand the Valve monopoly and the Bethesda 30%. All I'm thinking is, why do I have to download this bare bones, slow Bethesda launcher to play their game? It doesn't benefit me in any way. Don't want Steam to have a monopoly, make a better client. People talk a lot of crap about Steam, but it has more features and better store navigation than any other online launcher or console has. You people just want these awful launchers to blow up your PCs to spite Valve. And for competition's sake, when they're not actually competing. None of this is competing in any meaningful way with Valve. These clients are just there to launch a game. Valve is providing services completely free of charge to us. I get the 3x download speeds on Steam, and then I do on my PS4 and my Xbox to play online. You want actual competition, then make a better client. Stop making us download these terrible clients for your games that nobody wants anyway.
Yeah.
That's exactly. I'm not getting Fallout 76 until it's on Steam.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait too. There's so many other games that come out in the fall. Like, I don't need a game as... It's the whole games as service thing again. I don't need that in my life right now. I was gonna play it because I love Fallout, and playing with friends would be fun. But not if I... Again, I have... Okay, I'm looking on my thing right now. I've got my GOG.com launcher. I've got Steam. I've got Origin. I've got Xbox. I've got Blizzard. I've got Ubisoft. I've got Epic Games. What is that, 6, 7? However many.
Yep.
I don't need all that, you know?
Yeah.
So.
And like I said, I get the competition aspect of it, but I mean, what launcher Battle.net is probably the second best, right? Maybe
Yeah, probably.
Uplay?
I mean, I don't play a lot of Blizzard games, but I love Overwatch. So Diablo 3 is like that has some really important big games. Origin, I don't love Origin, but that's not as bad. The Uplay, like there's just no need for that. The GOG.com launcher is actually not even necessary at all. If you buy games from there, you can just download them from the website. So you don't actually need that. I just have it for whatever reason. I don't know. I just have it. I'll probably delete it because I haven't played it. Any games I have from my GOG library, I just download.
Yeah.
So
Well, and then you look at the Epic Games launcher. What do you, other than Fortnite, like, why does anybody have that? You don't like. I don't get it.
No, like I said, I was frustrated enough that I had to do that. They could have easily put Fortnite. Well, they didn't put Fortnite on Steam probably because they have to share the wealth. It's the same. I don't know if you saw this, Will, but Fortnite is not going to be in the Play Store on Android. You're going to have to download it separately because they didn't want to share all the microtransaction dough that they're making. So I don't know.
Oh my God!
I don't know if Google Play is going to work out a deal with them and it's going to make them have a lower percentage, but not that I really care. I'm not into Fortnite really, so.
You're gonna make $1 less million on top of the billions you. I don't get annoyed with gaming very often because it's just like I use it for enjoyment. But man, this stuff just is driving me up a wall.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna hold out on Fallout. If I hear that it's gonna come to Steam, then I'll jump on it. But otherwise, I'm not gonna do the Bethesda client. I have no need for it. I don't want it.
Bethesda's feeling themselves again way too much.
Yeah. Yep.
You know,
they're too in love with themselves.
I came around a little bit when they poked fun at their Skyrim thing, and then like
had this Skyrim very special edition on Alexa.
Yep. And then like announcing Fallout 76 looks cool, and then even though they're right, they're just like, oh, Sony's bad. They're right, but you know they start doing that, and then now they're doing that. I'm tired of it.
Yeah. Yeah. So gonna hold off on that. So next on the nibblebits list, Nintendo Switch is getting Child of Light and Valiant Hearts this fall. They're coming out in October and November respectively. I told Will this will be the third time I will be purchasing Child of Light because I have it on my computer. I have it on had it on my Wii U, and I will be buying it on Switch and playing it on Switch because that's a perfect fit. But along with that announcement was a tease for Child of Light 2. I don't know if you saw that, Will.
No, I actually didn't see that at all.
So there's a tweet from, it must be a developer of Child of Light, someone who works for Ubisoft, and it showed, you know, the guy said something like, this is what we're working on currently, or we got this up and running on this, and it was him playing Child of Light on the Switch, but beneath it was like a paper that looked like the front of a script, and it said, it was cut off, but you could see light, like of light, and then 2 like underneath it. So it was a cute little teaser for Child of Light 2. So that was my game excited.
That was my game of the year of 14. I think
that's when it came out. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm all aboard for that game. That game is awesome.
Yep, I love that game. Like I said, I'm definitely gonna buy it and play it again when it comes out. I want to revisit Valiant Hearts too because I feel like it didn't give that one a fair shake when it came out. So
you guys hated that game.
I didn't hate it. I kind of lost interest in it. Corey's the one that hated it. He thought it trivialized World War II a little too much, or World War One.
Yeah, Eric hated it as well.
Yeah. I didn't like some of the puzzle stuff that kind of felt forced into the game, but I do want to revisit that one. So I'll get that one too, most likely. So that's that. My last nibble bit, some controversy surrounding an IGN review that was posted on the indie game Dead Cells. It was a plagiarized review from I don't have the website. I should call that up and give credit.
Was it Boomstick Gaming?
Boomstick Gaming, that's what it was. Yes. The writer for IGN was the Nintendo editor, Philip Mewson. I don't know how you pronounce his name. But apparently, Kotaku did some investigating, and apparently he had gotten caught and in trouble for doing that before, too, plagiarizing a review from somewhere. They talked about it on their Split Screen podcast. I didn't get the chance to listen to it because I just read that like maybe an hour ago. I didn't have time to listen to it, but yeah, apparently it's something he's done before. But he has since been terminated. I don't know what kind of if they were going to compensate Boomstick Gaming at all, the guy who runs that.
They don't need to. He's gotten a lot of publicity.
He has gotten a lot of publicity. He seemed like a reasonable person too. He's like, I don't want the Philip Mewson guy fired or whatever. But I would have liked him in, offer maybe some collaboration. He said I wouldn't mind some of the ad revenue from your Dead Cells review, but
this wouldn't have been as obvious if the timestamps they matched up completely at there was a couple timestamps where the point that he was making was the exact same as the guy from Boomstick Gaming was making.
Yeah, it was fairly obvious plagiarism. But one of the reasons why I wanted to listen to Kotaku Split Screen is because they talked about the reasons why. They have a little better insight into the gaming press world than we do, obviously, because we're just consumers. We're not press people or reviewers or anything like that. So I would like to get their perspective on why someone would do that.
I wonder if he had a time frame, couldn't hit it.
That's the only thing I can think of that makes sense to me. But that, again, I'm an outsider. He didn't play the game or couldn't play the game or wasn't very good at the game and couldn't advance in the game. So those are my only thoughts that would be a reason why. But again, I'm interested in hearing what they have to say about it. Having a more insider's perspective.
There's also the chance that he's just a scummy dude, and
that's possible. Yeah. See, I default to laziness because that's kind of what I know. Like, maybe he was drinking all weekend and didn't play the game that he was supposed to, and it's like, oh crap!
I have this review.
I've got this review. I've got due. I better plagiarize a lesser known YouTube gaming channel. So.
If you're gonna do that, bite off from a bunch of different reviews and mix and match. I shouldn't be giving plagiarism advice, but
don't make it quite so obvious.
Yeah, like be smarter about it.
Yeah,
we've all been to school. We've all done shortcuts. Like,
oh God, I was king of the shortcuts. Never did my work. So yeah, that was interesting. I'll be interested to see what kind of fallout too is ultimately going to come from this.
He got fired.
He did get fired. Yep.
He gone. So I don't know. He probably doesn't get another job in gaming, right?
I wouldn't think so. Especially if this is his second strike. I definitely believe in second chances. Like, it was a stupid mistake, but if this is the second time he's made that mistake, then yeah, there's no reason why anyone should trust him again.
He'll fit in great on Polygon.
Polygon. Do they plagiarize people?
No, that's just my place for gaming journalism that I dislike.
Oh, yeah, journalism misfits.
Yep.
Okay. That's all I got for Nibblebits. Will, how was your week?
Good. Went to Rochester, came home, tired, grumpy. That's about it.
Nice.
Nothing interesting.
That's all right. I've got a few things. So me and my wife did our second episode of Rookie Camp, which we did on Stardew Valley. So that's up on our YouTube channel if you're interested. You can follow our links on our various things. You know what? I'll call that up right now. Rookie Camp. Stardew Valley. There it is. So that was a lot of fun.
Probably loved that.
Yeah, we both love it. She's surprisingly, not surprisingly, but she's really excited about doing this once a week. So it's not surprising because she's into games. But I didn't know she would be so enthusiastic with playing a variety of different things. And I also kind of hinted at there's going to be some hard games that she's going to play too. So, she's going to play Dark Souls at some point. She's going to play Super Meat Boy at some point probably. So, she's got those things to look forward to. So,
What's the first hard game you're gonna give her?
I don't know. I don't have outside of so I picked like 2 or 3 games in my mind that are potentials for the week, and then just kind of whatever I'm feeling when we decide to that's only been like last week. Like I said, I had planned ahead that we were going to do Breath of the Wild first, so I knew that was coming. But then it was between Stardew Valley and 2 other games, and then when we sat down to actually record, I was just like, we'll do Stardew Valley. So,
is Hollow Knight in the fold?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much anything I've played and liked in my life is in the fold. So, because if you figure if we do this every week, it's 52 episodes a year. So it's going to have to be 52 different games. I'm sure we'll take a week off here and there, but there's no reason why we can't fit in an hour of gaming, on a weekend at night. So I think this episode is almost an hour and 20 minutes. But yeah, she really, really enjoyed Stardew Valley, as did I. It's one of our favorites. So that was an easy one to pick.
That game's incredible.
Yeah. Yes, it is. So next, I've been almost 4 full days on my 1 meal a day fasting.
How do you feel?
I've got some thoughts. No, it's been really good, like surprisingly good. So my first day, it wasn't a full 23 hours fasting because I had a late night snack Sunday night. So it was only maybe 18 hours that I had fasted before. And I actually wasn't super hungry at all until right before mealtime.
Yeah.
But now mealtime for me is more of an event than it has been in the past. I always felt like it was kind of a burden before. But now I get really excited about my 1 meal of the day, and I spend a lot of time planning out nutritious food that I also really like. Not a lot of time. I should say I spend a lot of time thinking of it. So when I'm busy during the day, I'm thinking, okay, I can have this, and I kind of add up the numbers throughout the day when I get a second, so I can hit my calorie intake for the day. I try to get between 15 and 1,800 calories for my 1 meal.
So what's a meal that you'd have?
Okay,
to hit
so
that?
I can go through. So the first day I had leftover chili and cornbread from the weekend, so that's what I ate. The numbers are probably not super accurate for that because it was homemade chili. So there was not super accurate counts. The next day I had 6 eggs in an omelet that I had separated into 2 sandwiches on Ezekiel bread with cheese, and then I had some frozen sausage on the side. Yesterday I had a pound of chicken breasts, which was 2 marinated chicken breasts, and then some rice with soy sauce. And then I had some random stuff that the kids didn't finish that I just tossed down my gullet. And then today I made 2 double cheeseburgers with onions and tomatoes on them.
Okay.
Homemade. So that's been my meal so far. Oh, yesterday I had a shake too, like a protein shake. Afterwards.
So how are you feeling?
Good. Good. Yeah. Let's see. So I do get hungry during the day. It's only really twice. So I get hungry. Before, when I was doing intermittent fasting, my eating time was between 11 and 7. So roughly around 11 o'clock, I get a little bit of a hunger pain. And then mid-afternoon, 2:30, 3 o'clock, I get another pang of hunger. Coffee's been a good thing to suppress that. So I have coffee with a little bit of cream in it. That's always been an appetite suppressant for me. So that really helps a lot. Especially today, today, it was the fourth day I've been on it. I really had a really kind of intense hunger pain at 2:45. So I had my coffee, and 20 minutes later, I was like, "Oh, I'm good." So that was good.
I don't know if you feel the same thing, but around 12 hours of fasting, I would always have that hunger pain like clockwork.
Yeah, see, I mean, I don't, because when I wake up in the morning, I'm never hungry. So about 12 hours would be like when I wake up in the morning, or a
Okay.
little after when I wake up in the morning. So that breaks it up a little bit, makes it not as big of a deal.
Have you introduced cigarettes to your repertoire to
No,
cut
no
hunger?
cigarettes. No, no, coffee does a good job of cutting hunger for me.
Yeah.
Um, so another benefit that I noticed is it's always been a natural thing for me when I eat is to eat till I'm full,
Oh
which
yeah.
is a lot of food. I've always had a big appetite. I've always eaten a lot, but if I did that for every meal that I ate, that's a lot of food. That's a lot of calories, and that's part of the reason why I got fat. Here with this, I can eat until I'm full. I've done that for 4 days in a row, and it's still 15 to 1,800 calories, which is, um,
Below if you male.
it's a calorie deficit even on a day where I don't get a lot of. I still have 5, 6, 7, 800 calorie deficit for the day,
Hmm.
um, depending. So I'm still keeping my caloric deficit. Um, yeah, so that's been really helpful. I think that's the biggest thing for me because that's always been something I've struggled with. I can't like eat a small meal. I've
Yeah.
never been good at doing that. So I think that's gonna help. This is gonna help a lot with this. Oh, hey, what's up, Reefer? I'm down 7 pounds since Monday.
I was
So
just about to ask how much you lost. That's pretty good, Dan.
yeah.
Now, do you get hangry at all? Or have you been holding up all right in
No, I've
that?
I've been okay. Really, like even when I was doing the normal intermittent fasting, the 11 to 7, I would get hungry for food around like 11, and then I wouldn't be hungry again. But the problem with that was I'm constantly making food for my kids all
Mm.
day. That's all I do all day is make food pretty much. And you pop something here in your mouth, pop something there in your mouth, or they leave like a quarter of a sandwich. So I would eat that because it was in my fasting. Yes, yeah, Reefer. I'm talking about the 1 meal a day thing. That was in my fasting window, and but you don't realize how much that stuff adds up. Now, like it's been a lot easier for me with discipline wise to just say no. I'm not eating that. I'm not in my 1 hour window, which right now is between 5 and 6 for the most part.
Dinner
So
time.
dinner time. That's exactly right. So it's been really good so far. Nothing but positive things to report. I haven't felt faint or lightheaded or anything like that. It wasn't the first day, but Tuesday. Tuesday was probably the hardest day. That was the first day I went the full like 24 hours or full 23 hours fasting. I got a little bit of a hunger headache that day.
Mhm.
If you've ever tried to give up caffeine, you know what I'm talking about. It was very similar to that. So yeah, but I've been pleased with it so far. It's been. I wouldn't go the first day. I would eat late if you're gonna start. Have a snack and then start the next day. That way, that first day isn't a full 24-hour fasting. Eases, eases you into it a little bit better. But yeah, so far so good. Positive things to report.
Good. That's awesome. You're gonna have to keep me updated on that because I'm
I will.
very interested in how you sustain it and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Because
Don't
that's hard.
don't tell mom.
Oh, I won't. I
I'll tell her at some point. Hopefully after I've lost like 50 pounds, I'd be like, yeah,
yeah,
I ate 1 meal a day.
should be horrified.
Yeah. I should say too, on the weekend, one of the days on the weekend, I'm gonna have just eat whatever I want. I'm still gonna try to keep the 1 meal a day thing going, and then every probably 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I'll just have a day where I go off the diet completely, and it'll probably be Sunday. It's easier to get back into the routine of things on Monday after a bad Sunday. So
Yeah.
yeah, so far so good on that.
Good.
No complaints.
Good work, Dan.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't feel like too weak to exercise either, which has been good. So I've still done my kettlebell workouts.
Yeah, and you can also line that up to well, you just ate, so you have the energy
Yep,
to be able to do it.
that's just
Or
it. I usually this week I've been exercising after my twins go to bed before the older two go to bed. So it's usually like 7:30, 8 o'clock. So it's
okay,
2 hours hour and a half after I ate supper. So yeah.
Okay.
But
You
I don't.
got those nutrients.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't feel weak during the day or anything. So I haven't really, other than some hunger pangs, which obviously that's normal. I haven't felt any negative effects.
I mean, I get those when I'm not hungry.
Yeah, boredom will do
Yeah.
it.
100%.
I don't have to battle boredom, so that's a thing in my favor. I couldn't tell you the last time I was at home and bored. You know, I've been at like forced family gatherings and been bored, but that's because I didn't want to be there. You know. Anyway, that's it for that. I think we're ready to move into what we played, right?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Well, let's talk about Octopath Traveler first off.
Yeah.
Because I played quite a bit more Octopath Traveler. I finished up all the Chapter 2 storylines, and I'm started some of the Chapter 3 storylines. I did Ulbricht's Chapter 3 storyline.
Okay.
And then I finished exploring the desert, so I just went to the big capital in the south of the desert.
Mara Sam or something?
Yes, that's the one. So that's where I'm at. I'm just exploring there. I'm not. I might try to like unlock all the rest of the areas.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
Now, did you recruit or allure that swordsman in Mara Sam?
No, because he's a very low percentage right now, despite Primrose for me being like level 44.
I got very lucky.
Oh, you got a lucky roll.
Yeah, he helped me beat the Ruined Blade.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So, who's in your party? Has your party changed at all?
Yeah, I've been rotating. I'm trying to keep everyone like kind of the same levels. My highest is obviously Primrose because that was my starter character, so she's level 44, I think 43. Then Ulbrich is my second highest because I had him 2 times in a row. He was the last Chapter 2 story that I did, and then the first Chapter 3 story that I did, just because of the way the recommended levels worked out. So
yeah, mine actually changed a little bit. I was using Cyrus, Primrose, Ophelia, and Therion. I actually dropped Cyrus because I have a lot of magic guys that do a lot of magic damage, and added in Hana, and she's a War Master. So
cool. See, I got to get the advanced classes. That's my next step.
My thing was, yeah, you can get them post game, which is what you're supposed to do, but then you really don't have time to use them, and I didn't want that. Like, I wanted to be able to use them while I played the game, so that's why I went and got them when I did, as opposed to waiting. So
okay.
I know Corey said the Ruined Blade fight was the most intense fight he's ever had.
Okay.
So that fight's a doozy.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to try to do those. I know one of those places is near the Marsame, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to try to sneak. Is that the Ruined Blade one?
Oh, wait, no. I can tell you the locations where all of them are, but I don't know if you want that.
Nah, I'll figure it out. That's what.
So
like you said, that's kind of what I'm working on right now.
There's not one in the sand, no.
Okay. Okay.
But there's the plots for some of these stories are getting pretty good.
Yeah, I've enjoyed them all so far. I haven't disliked any of them. I've liked some more than others, but yeah, they're quite good. That game's amazing. I don't know. I don't know why people only gave it like a 7.5 or an 8.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else. I actually haven't played too much since we last recorded.
How many hours in are you?
Probably 70.
70. Oh wow. Okay. I think I'm at like 43 or 44. Pretty much Primrose at levels up once an hour for me. So her level and my hours are about the same.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
I was talking to Corey about some of the things I was telling you about last week, Dan, but didn't want to spoil it. So I can't wait to. Did you do Bewildering Grace yet?
Did I? No, I haven't. I've got to like go back and fight some wimps for that because she's my heavy damage dealer. So whenever I get the thing built up is when I use, because I have her as the wizard, not wizard, scholar. I have her as the dancer scholar. So yeah,
just experiment with it. You might get lucky.
yeah, I will definitely give it a shot. Okay. Anything else about Octopath Traveler?
That's it. I really honestly haven't played too much.
Still amazing though, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I booted up Mario Tennis actually.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, so Koopa Troopa is in the game, and then if you play in a tournament online, you get blooper.
Okay.
So
I should do that.
Do that for people who haven't. It takes. I legitimately did one match, got it handed to me, and then had a new character.
Yeah, that's my fear is getting whooped on.
And then we'll get another character next month.
Okay.
So.
Cool. All right. So yeah, the only other thing I played was Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. I started. I'm actually doing this on my alternate games channel, my side project, and I started doing commentary on my videos because my kids told me they wanted commentary on the videos, and let me tell you, that's not an easy thing to do. To sit by yourself and talk to nobody about the game you're playing. I really got a newfound respect for the people that do that and are good at it.
Can you become the Bob Ross of video game streaming?
Yeah, I mean, I do have I have a very chill mentality. So that comes out in my commentary, and sometimes I go for like a minute here and there without saying anything. It's when I'm concentrating, like I can't just talk, So
when you die, you can say that when you die, it's just happy little mistakes.
Like he does. Happy little mistakes. That's
something. It's something like that.
You know what? I'm doing that. I'm gonna go for that angle. Yes. To be the Bob Ross of game kid safe gameplay commentary walkthrough videos.
You just gotta grow a nice little fro.
I don't think that's gonna happen. My hair's too thick.
We don't grow fros.
No, we don't. Yeah, that's all I played. I really like that game so far, though. It's pretty simple. It's a little like 3D puzzle that you rotate with the right stick. You search for gems and then collect the star at the end. It's got little side things that you do that you find out after you beat it the first time to go back and revisit. There's pixel toads in each level that you have to find, but it's a good game. It was well worth $40 that I paid for it. It's neat that it spun off from another game. It spun off from the Super Mario 3D World.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was interesting too.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a good game. If you have a Switch and you're looking for something different, it's a nice change of pace too from all the other stuff I've been playing. Yeah, nice calming. Haven't had too much trouble with difficulty, but I didn't get it expecting it to be difficult. So,
did Corey play through it?
Corey, yeah, I think Corey had. Did he get it from GameFly on the Wii U? Maybe
I think so.
But
that sounds right.
So, that's all I've got. Excuse me.
Feedback.
I know we got a couple pieces of feedback too.
Oh, we did.
Let's call it up here.
I have the GIF up of my computer of Luigi just getting sliced by the Reaper.
It was sad, honestly. I was shocked when I saw that.
Yeah, they're going edgy for this game.
Yes, they are. Whoop, that's
why.
That's not.
That's why I love them. Is that? Corey was also very upset he didn't win the game giveaway.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that would just be a little bit of a conflict of interest.
Majorly. No, you're right.
Not just that, but he could go ahead and pillage they're his games.
Yeah, definitely.
So he could go in and raid them anytime he wanted. Mostly his games. Why do I have to sign into this again? What the heck is going on? All right, I've got to sign
Yeah.
in to our account. I don't know our password.
Come on, Dan.
I know.
I have a bit. What does that mean?
A bit.
Yeah, do you know how all of this Twitch stuff works? There's bits, there's emoji things.
No, I don't know. The bits are a way to like donate.
Oh, so Reefer got a venue and a date, January 12th.
Oh, January 12th. That's a good day.
Reefer, that's the best day because it is my birthday.
Yep.
So congratulations on that.
That is Will's birthday. That is also my dog Gimli's birthday.
It is, yeah.
So
You picked a pretty stacked day.
that is a great day. Weddings are fun too. A lot of people said that your own wedding isn't necessarily as fun, but I had fun at my wedding. I hated weddings as a kid, but I like them as an adult. They're a blast.
I was gonna say I really like the date because it's gonna be a winter wedding, but he's in Florida, so that's a still a warm location.
Georgia, I think he lives
Georgia.
in.
Georgia.
Yeah.
I love the date so much more now.
You'll have
Gimli
to
rocks.
you'll have to sing happy birthday to Will at your birthday.
And
Or at
Gimli.
your wedding.
We'll
Well,
ship you a porgy cake.
yeah, I mean, other than hearing him bark occasionally, our listening audience doesn't really know Gimli.
Yeah, the only way they know him is from the barks,
Barking.
right?
Yeah, I might have posted pictures of him, but I don't think I did. I should. Doggies get stuff or get social media upvotes and stuff.
Oh my God, there's if I could tell you the amount of accounts that have more followers on Instagram that are dog accounts than me,
Yeah.
you'd be horrified.
Reefer says it's gonna probably be in the high 30s. That's not bad.
Really? Wow. Okay.
That's
I
perfect.
actually-
If you have to wear a tuxedo, that's perfect. Not so
Yeah.
much for your fiance in her bridesmaids and dresses, but in a tuxedo, it beats the summer. Because I got married in November, and that was perfect. Because it actually wasn't raining for once, which is weird in Binghamton, and it wasn't super cold yet, which is also weird for Binghamton.
Yeah, I'm actually a huge, huge, huge fan of like the fall. So, like when Dan's wedding was perfect, and I
Yeah.
like colder weather for the most part. This heat that we've had right now, I've been miserable through it. So, I like the winter wedding.
Yeah. All right, so the first email is from Tate, who says, "Sup, athlete. So to answer Will, I think the Dead Island argument was between episodes 5 and 15. Really narrows it down, I know, but I didn't have time to go and re-listen to those this week. You guys had a lot of ridiculous arguments in the early episodes. There are a couple times I thought Eric was just going to leave because Corey was pissing him off so much." Yeah. I'm in a bit of a gaming funk right now, as I've been so busy with work and football that I haven't had a lot of gaming time. When I do have time, I just can't get into anything. It sucks. I need a new RPG to sink myself into. That's about all I could do. That's about all that could do it for me right now. Question of the week: what would you consider your greatest sports video game of all time? Later Gators Taterade out. So we'll touch on that on the question first. Greatest sports video game of all time for you specifically?
Strikers.
Super Mario Strikers.
Probably Strikers, followed by NHL 11.
NHL 11. Yeah, NHL 11 was the best hockey game. I agree. I've got a couple that I'm going to throw out here, and I'm not sure which one I'm going to pick. So going back early, NHL 95 was one I played a ridiculous amount of. Tecmo Super Bowl for the Nintendo was also one I played a ridiculous amount of. What else? Eastside Hockey Manager. It's a spreadsheet video game, much like Football Manager, but that's one. If I had Steam hours when I played that game, it was in the early 2000s. I had just moved into my own apartment, and that was a game I played just disgusting amounts of time with. Being a stats nerd like I was, that was one.
That was
Crazy amount of time on.
When you played a lot.
Yeah. I had one more game that I wanted to talk about. Oh, two football games, or another football game. And NFL 2K5 was an amazing football game, and probably the last really good football game I played. And then last but not least, MVP Baseball 2005 I had on the GameCube. That game was amazing, and I spent a ridiculous amount of time playing it. And I also, the game I had on GameCube and it wasn't online, so I had to manually do all the roster updates. But there was a complete guide for that, and I did that, and it was so fun.
Was MVP Baseball 2K5 the one with Manny Ramirez on the cover by any chance?
I don't remember who's on the cover.
Here, I'm gonna look. Yeah, okay. I remember this game.
It had Manny Ramirez on the cover. I'm gonna call it up in the chat. MVP 2005 baseball, because that game was so good. So good.
I remember playing a lot of it too, actually.
Reefer says Ken Griffey Jr. baseball. I forgot about that one, but that was also amazing. That's one I wish was on the Super Nintendo Classic, or is it? It's not. Is it? Now I've got to look that up too. SNES Class. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. But that's an amazing game too. Ken Griffey Jr. I'm not seeing it, so it must not be on there. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. Anyway, he says last one on PC, they still update the rosters. Oh wow. That's cool. So skip ad. MVP Baseball. Okay, so this is the GameCube version even. It's got the right buttons. I know Jake in the chat says Mario Golf, Nintendo 64. Oh, that's another one.
That's a good one too, yeah.
Tiger Woods that I had on the Xbox was awesome. I would have a hard time picking the greatest sports game. But you know what? I'm going to pick one. I have to pick one. And it would be NHL 95, I think. That game changed things for me. So,
you know what? I forgot NFL Street too. Is another one that I played a ton.
NFL Street was really good. I agree.
Oh man, that's a hard pick. So you go NHL 95. Right?
NHL 95. I would, if I had to pick just one, it would be NHL 95. Just because I loved that you could like trade players and sign players and edit players and add players to the game. Like that was awesome.
So I guess I'll go for. I kind of have Mario Strikers in a different category than the realistic sports games, I guess.
Yeah.
That's like my more arcadey one that I'll pick, but my more realistic one will be probably NHL 11.
Yeah.
Would be what I'd pick.
Okay. That was the best of the modern NHL games.
Definitely. Miss it.
Yeah. Okay. So Tate's gaming funk. How's he get out of it?
What I do with that is I go back and play old games that I love.
Uh-huh.
Usually, I will go back and play a Pokemon. I will go back and play Dynasty Warriors, Final Fantasies, Fallout 3, New Vegas. That's generally what I do.
Yeah.
I think, is it Corey? Eric always suggests something new.
Yeah.
Somebody suggests something new usually. Maybe it's you. I don't know.
No. I know for me, that hasn't happened to me in a little while, but I know I would try to find something short, because usually when I was in a gaming funk is because I didn't have a lot of time to sink into a longer game. So I'd specifically pick something short, something I knew I could complete in bite-sized chunks, you know. The Switch has kind of cured that, because you can play bite-sized chunks of anything. You just pick it up and play. You know, you're in the game in 5 seconds. And then when you stop, you don't need to save it. You don't need to shut anything down. You just hit the power button on top and put the console into sleep mode. So that's kind of changed the way I consume games. It's for the better, obviously. But yeah, I would always try to play something shorter. So I know Tate's kind of going through that right now, because he said he's busy with school and football and stuff. So pick something short.
Yeah.
You know, a shorter indie game would be a good way to go. So I don't know what specifically you've played, but maybe something like Pyre is relatively short. Inside is short. Something like that. I would try.
Gone Home.
Gone Home. Firewatch.
Firewatch. Stanley Parable.
Stanley Parable is super short. Super short. So,
Beat that a couple times.
Yeah. Okay, so that was from Tate. Thank you, Tate. The next is from Idaho Jake, who says, "Hey guys, it's been a few weeks since I've written in, but my truck broke down and I've been putting a new clutch in it. I have been playing Fallout 4 with a mod called Fallout 476. It takes out all the NPCs and adds more ghouls. All the vendors you deal with are robots. Every area is unlocked, like the Institute and Railroad, and every 50 minutes, nukes will rain down in your area. It is pretty damn cool, and it prepares you for Fallout 76. As you guys remember, I'm having a weight challenge with my son. I've been doing the 8-hour fast and working out for 30 minutes every day. I started at 223, and my goal is to hit between 195 and 190 by Monday. And right now I'm at 198, so 3 more pounds. Last week, Dan said he was trying the 23-hour fasting, 1 hour food. So until Monday, I'm going to do it too. My son graduates basic training next Thursday, so Monday we are driving all the way from Filer, Idaho, to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, which is a 23-hour drive. Ooh. Now for Idaho Jake's This Day in Gaming History, 1976, Cubic released on the Altair 8800. 1995, Marvel Characters Inc. is incorporated. 2003, Rush Hour released on Atari 2600. 2004, Madden 2005 was released on all consoles. 2005, Madden 06 released on all consoles. Also, Dragon Ball GT Transformation released on Game Boy Advance. And in 2016, No Man's Sky released on the PS4. Thanks, guys, and have a great day. So first of all, Jake, truck breaking down. Are you fixing that yourself? I don't think a clutch is a very easy thing to put in, so that's impressive if you are. Fallout 476. That could get my Fallout 76 craving out of the way, I think, right?
Sorry, I was typing in a chat. Yeah, no, that's actually a really cool mod. I didn't know that existed. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's great. I will at least look into it. I don't know if I'll play it. I played Fallout for, I don't know, a couple hours, a couple weeks ago, just to revisit it, you know. So that was good. Oh yeah. So Jake, if you didn't hear, I talked about my 23-hour fasting earlier in the episode during my week. It's been great so far. I should be able to keep at it, no problems. It's worked well.
I do want to say, Jake, that's impressive that you lost that weight. That's not an easy thing to do. So congratulations on that. And you're right at your goal. So keep it up.
Yeah, that's awesome. I would have to say your son probably has you beat. I'm not sure, but I know the people I know that have gone through basic, know personally have come back looking like different people. Mm-hmm. So, but that being said, awesome job, because that's not an easy thing to do. Like Will said, losing weight sucks.
It's the worst.
It is the absolute worst. So, and good luck on your long drive. That's a long way, man. 23 hours. Leonard Wood, Missouri. Nice. Okay. That's all for feedback.
So dose?
No, 3, because Reef forgot his in chat. That works.
Okay.
Because it was discussion worthy. So yes, that works.
So numero dosed.
2 would be Jake. No,
Jake.
2 is Tate. I'm sorry.
Tate.
I'm sorry, because Eric Reefer was 1. Tate was 2. Jake was 3.
Congratulations, Tate.
Tate wins. Let me call up the game list. What's happening? I hope my internet isn't dying. Oh my god, Spectrum's the worst.
Yes. By the way, I'm talking about Dragon Ball Fighters in the chat. That's why I've been distant for the last minute.
Why? It had the wrong password saved for my Evernote.
I hate when that happens.
What? Anyway, okay. So Jake is the winner. I still got to email Tito. No, and I'm sorry. Tate is the winner. God. I need to get some sleep. That's what needs to happen. Okay. Go ahead.
So number 1 is 49.
49. So 49 is Hoppico.
Hoppico. That's a game we all know, right?
Yes, it is.
Next, 28.
28. 28 is Mirror's Edge. It's a good one.
Mirror's Edge. That's a good one as well. 82.
Maybe one of these, Tate, will break you out of your gaming funk.
That's true.
82 is Hexcel's Complete Pack.
Hexcel's. 104 is next.
104 is Mass Effect 2. This may be the best list of games we've had in a while.
And let's see. 86.
86 is Super Time Force Ultra.
Okay.
So your choices are 49, which is Hoppico, 28, which is Mirror's Edge, 82, which is Hexcel's Complete Pack, 104, which is Mass Effect 2, and then 86, which is Super Time Force Ultra.
That's a pretty good list.
That is a great list. Yeah. That's all that. So I gotta send it to, oh, did we give Tito his game? Did I send Tito his game last week? I don't remember if I did or not.
Was he in the chat? He was in the chat, right?
Yeah, I can't remember. I think he picked it and I sent it, right? God, I'm an idiot.
I can't remember. I'm having a hard time remembering anything.
You and me both. I'll look into it and see. I'll be able to tell if the game, because I have his numbers, so if the game for one of his numbers is missing, that means I sent it to him, which I think I did. So next week's episode, Will, did We Happy Few come out of early access?
I think so. It didn't review well on Kotaku.
No. Do you want? Maybe that's an option if we want to do a game. We're coming up on our fall games preview. That'll probably be within the next couple of weeks. Maybe that'll be next week's episode. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, so we can review it. It's 65 on OpenCritic.
It's not great.
Yeah, no.
Okay, and it's been a while since you've played it, right?
Yeah.
So maybe we'll do that. Maybe it'll be fall games preview, or maybe we'll just come up with something else. Who knows? So, that's everything. Real quick, if you want to help our podcast and you want to not have to pay anything for it, you can connect your Amazon account to your Twitch account. You get one free subscription a month. You can subscribe to our channel through Twitch Prime. It helps us and doesn't cost you a thing. We've gotten a decent amount of subscriptions so far, which has been great. So yeah. Yeah, stay tuned for next week's episode, right? And then Sunday night, I will be Sunday night, Monday morning, we'll go up our third episode of Rookie Camp. So stay tuned for that too. I think eventually we're gonna start live streaming those and putting them on YouTube afterwards. So. But I'll let people know if we decide to live stream. It probably won't be this upcoming week. It'll probably be a few weeks from now when we start doing that. I want to get everything set up correctly. First, I got to get our green screen set up with the proper lighting and all that stuff. So yeah, that'll do it for episode 368 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. I'm your host, Dan.
Well,
thanks for listening, and get out of my basement.